Hello, Mr. White. My name is Kirsten Granberry. Your physician has asked me to begin getting you prepared for your new meal plan.
Hi, yes, you mentioned to me that you would be coming before my surgery.
I was told you expect to have surgery on Wednesday. How are you feeling about that?
I need to lose weight, and the surgery will give me a jump start. I'm ready to do anything.
It sounds like you really want to do this. I want to support you in this by helping you have the best possible transition to your new diet.
Thank you.
I'd like to start by reviewing your medical history, including family history and lab results. The medical records state that you have been overweight all of your life and that your weight gain has increased over the years.
I was the biggest one in the family. I don't know why.
You felt uncomfortable with your weight as a child?
A little bit. I was teased and didn't like that at all.
I can understand you would feel that way. It makes life hard when you're discouraged.
It does.
Your lab work came back without anything significant. That's really good. There isn't a history for chronic disease in your family either, like heart attacks or strokes, diabetes. However, your doctor already probably told you that your current weight places you at higher risk for these complications. But weight loss will help decrease your risk.
He did tell me this. How much weight can I lose?
Let's look at your current weight here. 320 pounds, which places your weight in the category of class 3 obesity. Your BMI is 42.2. Your ideal body weight would be between about 139 to 188 pounds, but that does not have to be your goal. It is important to realize that the weight loss really depends on how well you follow the prescribed meal plan. The stomach has the ability to stretch, and so overeating can cause weight gain.
So the surgery helps me eat smaller portions?
Exactly. It slows the travel of food to the rest of your stomach, so you'll feel full much faster.
I'll definitely need help with meal planning. I'm used to snacking all day.
That's what I'm here for. I'd like to ask you a few questions to give me an idea about your current eating habits before we start discussing the meal plan guidelines for after your surgery. Here is an eating lifestyle patterns mini quiz I'd like you to take. There are 7 patterns that are reflected here. Here we go. And most people follow one of these. It should take you about 5 minutes to fill that out.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. Alright, so I see you've chosen 2 eating patterns that reflect your usual eating style: steady snacker and hearty portioner. Mr. Y, you did just mention before we're taking the quiz that you snack all day. Tell me more about that, and please add as much detail as possible.
I keep snacks in my office that I bring from home, and often there are usually donuts available in the lounge. I graze on peanuts or candy, sometimes chocolate-covered raisins, throughout the day.
Do you notice this habit during any other part of the day?
Now that I think of it, I do snack in front of the TV after dinner. I snack just before going to bed. Also, I didn't realize that I snacked so much. I just thought I was eating from being hungry.
It sounds like you just learned something new about yourself. That is useful information that will help you as you start your new diet. Any other snacking times?
No, that about covers it.
Now let's look at the hearty portioner pattern. It describes people who eat too fast and don't know when to stop eating. Does that describe you?
I'm not too sure about portion sizes. I don't think I eat much. I do know my habit of eating fast started as a child. It's so hard to slow down when the food tastes so good.
It is important to enjoy one's food, and I can understand why it would be hard to slow down if you started this habit as a child. When we focus on your new diet, eating slowly will be an important factor.
It will be like learning to eat again.
You will be making changes, and you will have support. Don't you worry. You said you didn't know if your portion sizes were above normal or not. Can you describe one of your meals?
For breakfast, my wife does the cooking. I usually eat 2 fried eggs, about a cup of grits, 2 pieces of toast.
Do you have anything to drink with that meal?
A glass of orange juice, 2 cups of coffee with sugar and cream.
Okay. What does lunch and dinner look like?
I get large meat sandwich for lunch with fries. They always go together. I do order a salad because I know I have some fiber to have some fiber. Dinner, I have a good portion of meat, sometimes fried with vegetables and bread and butter. I usually have several glasses of sweetened tea at dinner.
Any desserts?
Oh yes, lunch and dinner.
Thank you for patiently giving me so many details about your eating habits. This will really be useful as we look at your diet after the surgery. It seems to me, based on your description of your meals, that you do tend to have large meals. Lastly, if you could tell me your experience with exercise or directed physical activity.
I've never exercised. As an accountant, I'm at a desk all day and I'm not very active at all.
Well, thank you for your openness. This will help in knowing where to start for an exercise plan. Of course, you're not expected to start exercise until you have adjusted to your diet and feel ready.
Alright, I'm glad I don't have to start that right away. There will be a lot to adjust to.
From the information you have given me, your nutrition diagnosis is a lack of food and nutrition knowledge related to your current food intake, which is macro and micronutrient, which means like carbohydrate, fats, and proteins, and then the smaller things like salt, sugar. With the evidence of your food choices and portion sizes and eating habits. Also, the classification of obesity, class 3, is related to excessive food intake and lack of physical activity, with the evidence shown by your BMI of 42.2 and your history of obesity.
I understand that I need to change my eating habits, and is why I agreed to have this surgery. I am ready.
I have with me a post-bariatric diet plan booklet. This booklet includes all the information to progress from the day 1 post-surgery to 6 months from now. Now, as I said before, it is important to follow this plan for it to be effective, as well as reduce any unpleasant reactions, which is also listed in the booklet. Let's look at your basic needs. It will be important to maintain your protein intake so that you do not lose muscle mass. The exact amount will be determined after your surgery. Also, fluid will play an important part in your diet. As you can see in this first section, you will only consume fluids the day after your surgery. This can include chicken or beef broth, non-carbonated, artificially sweetened beverages, and sugar-free gelatin. About 3 days after your surgery, you may have protein shakes, milk, yogurt, and sugar-free pudding, which is a little bit thicker. Here on page 3, discusses pureed foods and what can and can't be consumed. Page 6, soft food, after about 3 weeks after surgery. You can see the progression until you are able to eat more solid foods about 4 to 6 months after surgery.
I see the guidelines seem very thorough.
These are tips to keep in mind. You will have to practice eating small bites and chewing well, eating slowly when it comes to more solid foods. At first, you may be full with only 2 tablespoons of food. Do not drink while eating and give yourself 30 minutes between meals. Stop eating before you start to feel full, or you might get sick. Avoid high-fat foods, high-fiber foods, and sugary foods.
This is really going to be a change for me. I have to change all those habits I've had for so long. This is going to be difficult.
You are right. This will be hard. You have said you are ready for this and that you want to make this change. You are in control.
Yes, I really do.
How confident are you that you can make these changes and follow this new diet plan? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
I would say, 6.
So you are not that confident at this time that you can adhere to this plan. What would make you rate your confidence at an 8 or 9?
I don't know. Well, it would really help if my wife supported my new habits and also if I had some backup plans when I am in a frenzy.
I call those coping strategies. There is a list of those in the back of the booklet on page 12. Take a look at those. What do you think?
Yes, I think focusing on the present instead of focusing on what hasn't happened would work for me. I tend to become pessimistic when things aren't going like I expect.
I'm glad you already found a coping strategy that might work for you. You mentioned your wife's support also.
Yes, especially because she does most of the cooking. This might turn out to be something we can work on together.
I like your way of seeing this obstacle. Has your confidence level changed?
Yes, I think I'm an 8.
Many times when we have the tools we need to succeed, we are more confident. The present goal is to follow the guideline in the booklet and keep a log, that's in your booklet, of your successes and failures. Also, use your coping strategies or tools as needed. Here's my business card. Contact me or your physician if you have any side effects to the surgery, GI problems, or questions about the diet. Does that sound fair?
I'll read through the booklet before my surgery and follow the guidelines in the diet booklet. I will call you or the doctor if I need any support before I see you next week. I will definitely use one of the coping strategies when I feel overwhelmed.
Sounds good. Your goals are specific and realistic. I look forward to hearing from you, Mr. Y, in 1 week. We will discuss how the transition is going and what changes need to be made. In the meantime, the Diet Tech will be your primary aid for diet-related support.
Thank you.
In the long run, I will continue to check in with you to see how you think you are doing in maintaining the diet plan, along with your everyday activities, and I will also check your weight. It was a pleasure meeting you today. If you have any further questions, I'll be here tomorrow before your surgery.
This booklet will be really helpful. I really appreciate your time given today.
I know it's a long process, and we are here for you.
Thanks, bye.
See you soon.